I'm a bunny. I am a bunny. I'm a bunny. I'm a bunny. I'm opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I'm a bunny. I am a bunny. I'm a bunny. I am a bunny. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is a special report with the beautiful, the one and only Wise Eyes Alive. And we're coming at you today with a special report. Not only are you going to get the energy report for February 2020 from me, but you're also going to get this beautiful report about the Mercury Retrograde happening. And if you follow me, you know that I run a beautiful course with Wise Eyes Aligned here. And today, this energy report is for February 17th through March 10th, Mercury Retrograde.
Oh, yeah. So what's up to all the fellow light workers out there and those who are in training and don't know that they are them yet? Plot twist, if you're here, you probably are one. Tempest is my name. They call me Wise Eyes. You decide who. I do intuitive work and help people get connected with their own spiritual guides and really find a way to interfaith and stay there. All that happens through energy work and tarot. So just here to help you get aligned and figure out where it is that you are headed and be your own prophet. At the end of the day, a lot of us are going out and looking for advice from other people, and that's excellent. But the reality of it is that we do actually have the information that we need. It's interesting because we're in kind of a season of manufactured fear right now anyway. So it's interesting to be channeling this energy report and sharing it with you all for Mercury Retrograde.
Lightworkers, if you don't know this, you will always experience the energy that is coming to us 2 to 4 weeks before it even happened.
So it was interesting here. Lightworker Liv and I were talking about how fun this Mercury Retrograde is going to be because it begins in a water sign and it ends in an air sign. So beginning in particular, the water sign of Pisces, deep waters, and in particular in the 4th house of home and the womb and the first place you learned everything, really the first place you learned who you are. And who you are is all tied up in from where you came and who your source is. So the source of your stories about your finances, etc., and these different parts of your life, but also that deeper story about your spirituality. You know, a lot of us are talking about manifesting money and houses and these things, but we realize it's like, okay, you can manifest all of that stuff and you're going to manifest it in pieces anyway. So This is really about getting to the wholeness by going all the way back to the place where you were first nourished, both in the physical womb and in the spiritual womb, and asking questions about what happened there. What did you pick up there and what did you take with you into your way of thinking? When we get into the air sign of Aquarius, that's all about how you share what it is that you learned and how you may be a little offbeat from what you learned at the origin. So some of us may be discovering during that time, oh, what I learned in the physical womb, what I learned at home did not match up with what my spirit knew to be true. So now will be a process of us going through a rebirthing process. But we'll really be revisiting as Mercury is asking us to essentially put our mouth and our communication where our divine mind is. We're going to have the opportunity to walk back through our spiritual journey and our spiritual experience and our connection to source in order to reestablish our thinking as we move back into Aquarius, which is like highest level divine thing, because Aquarius is like, oh, I don't even care what y'all believe. Aquarius is trying to be aligned with divine truth. It's already got the degrees of Capricorn. It's already gotten the knowledge of Sagittarius, and Aquarius is like, let's go. It's time to live this, and let's get weird about it if we have to. For Pisces, that will be at 13 degrees. Okay, so this is what's so great. Early degrees of Pisces. We're talking about a young Pisces at 13 degrees. But it's going to travel to the late and mature degrees of Aquarius, because we're looking at about, I think, 25, 26 degrees of Aquarius. So that's really telling us we're going through, it's time to revisit your earliest beliefs about source. And those are pretty pure. That's what you need to be true about you. And it's revisiting that, clearing up all the BS you learned in between, so that you can be in your highest level of Aquarian energy that speaks, thinks, and it thrive around these beliefs and around these divine truths that you knew when you first arrived here.
So Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and the planet of Neptune has polarities going on, which include high spiritualism, shamanism, taking care of your health perfectly, truly embodying your light being on all levels, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. That's what I feel the home represents, the base of all the levels of who we are. We have a chance, just like Tempest is saying, to review our spiritual beliefs that impact our home. So what is our home? Not only the physical home we live in, the earth. What spiritual beliefs do you carry that are making a good impact on the earth or a not so good impact on the earth?
And then we'll be talking about embodiment as well. So then it's like we're going way, way macro, all the way out to the spiritual body. And we're coming in way, way micro through the physical earth into the physical body. All of that is home. Now, where you get hemmed up is if you get stuck here in the teeny tiny macro of the physical body, because then you forget the earth, which charges you up, and if you forget the earth, then you probably also have forgotten the spirit, which is the ultimate charge for all of it. Now, isn't it funny that so many of us, we all are submerged in water? We spend the majority of our time, of our most tumultuous time in our lives, is actually the process of being created. That's actually the scariest part. We just don't remember it all. But all of that happens in liquid. All of that happens, and we're never terrified of drowning. But as soon as we get out, there's this fear of having water over our heads again. It's time for us to allow ourselves to actually slide back into that place of vulnerability, into that place of surrender, into those waters.
So pure creation.
Exactly.
Pure creation.
Exactly. And recognizing that there are different types of darkness here, that sometimes the darkness of you not being sure how something is going to work, that's the darkness of the womb, my dear. That's a creative space. That is a place of pure creativity and pure divinity if you're willing to see it for what it truly is. But that requires you using your light work. That requires you wearing your wise eyes and viewing the situation really from your highest vantage point.
For sure. And I feel like the shadow of Pisces is addiction and escapism and illusion and elusiveness and inertia. It's in the fourth house. Where do we want to be nurtured the most? At home. And the opposite of Pisces is lack of nourishment. So when we're in this retrograde, we're really going to want to ask ourselves, are we speaking words of nourishment or are we speaking words of inertia? Are we thinking thoughts of nourishment that for our dreams? Are we writing down these goals And actually, are our beliefs actually aligned with those goals? Do you actually believe that you can be a light worker, that you can have wise eyes? Or is it something that you're allowing yourself to feel unnourished from? What thoughts are supporting your reality? That's going to be a big focus. 13, 14.
Yeah.
Woo, man. I feel like that's when we really learned how to think about ourselves. Self-image is going to be high-key important for this Mercury retrograde because how we speak is usually how we speak to ourselves.
Was having a really, really juicy conversation and actually doing a reflection with Byron, African Magi, and he was talking about, just the mother often being the first representation of God, of Source.
And you want to know what's crazy? That your mother teaches you how to receive out in the world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The act of just simultaneous giving and receiving and giving and receiving and giving and receiving in the most expansive way. And so for many of us, that worked out fine, right? Sure. Mom turned out great. It all turned out great. Now I have honky dory. And for others of us, that's real highly problematic. And guess what? The plot twist is all of us fall into both of those categories. Because at the end of the day, that's still harnessed in a being. And we know that Source is all of the above. And so we're all getting an opportunity to expand our definition of Source so that we can really, really, truly see. Because as we expand our definition and our understanding of Source, we become bigger. And suddenly all of the conditions around us begin to become smaller.
But that's where we have to see ourselves as one with Source again. So many of us are seeking Source through our phone, through other people, through drugs, through food. Where, that is the shadow of Pisces. And you're right, it's not separate. Either way, you're just seeking Source. That's all we're ever seeking, is that deep connection with Source, that bliss. It's going to conjunct the sun in Pisces. And then we're going to have a new moon in Pisces on the 27th. So there's going to be a lot of, there might be a time where you feel like you're a fish out of water. Get back in the water, fish. Don't leave the womb. That's your creation space. Mm-hmm. Somehow you have to remember your connection to the womb, because from the womb is where your connection from Source came from in the first place. And so I feel like moving into Aquarius with the Mercury retrograde, it's all about the vision of the future. We are going to turn around and make sure that our vision is truly fucking clear. Real fucking clear. We're going to get real clear on what our vision is.
We have an extra day in the Gregorian month, okay? We have an extra day. You literally have one more day. So for all that time we've all bitched about needing more time, we literally have more time. It's about going back and recognizing the fact that all of the cloudy shit that you're putting in the way, that's attached to something. You need to drink you a glass of water.
Hey, let me get some water.
And you need to release and literally write a different story and commit to that story. If nothing else, there are two sides of Aquarius. We could be possessive, real possessive, hold on real tight, but also all about being free to be who you are, however weird that is. And both of those things have shadow and light to them. The light side to both of those is that Aquarius has the ability to hang on to what we believe and to take advantage of it in Mercury.
Where do you want your home to be?
Where you want yourself to be?
Your body to be? Where do you want your nourishment to be? And we're going to move into Aries at this time. So there's going to be a lot of fiery energy, and the sun in Aries is going to be conjuncting Chiron. Big focus with this retrograde on healing the inner wounded warrior in our mind.
In that, for many of us, especially if you are in the West, a part of that inner wounded warrior is actually attached to the body, to the physical body. That Chiron in Aries, if you've been getting the itch to go to the gym or to change your diet or to do any of that work with your physical body, it's time to release any shame around it and to just go for a walk, because
I joined the gym.
karmic energy will be revealing itself to us. Saturn is still, we can't forget about this Capricorn.
No, we cannot.
Coming
Saturn,
around.
Pluto, and Jupiter right now.
So I want you to think about this as actual proof season. Not negative, not positive. This is the season of actual proof.
Ooh.
Out, you're going to get the actual proof. It's going to be right there.
What do we do at home? We plant seeds, and then we nurture them, and then we watch them grow. Are you doing that in your mind? Are you doing that in your body? Are you doing that in your emotions? Are you doing that in your soul?
If the place where you go to worship, whether or not that's a church, a library, where you do yoga, if the environment there is more peaceful than your home, whether it's your mind, whether or not it's your physical bedroom, whatever your space is, it's really time to start turning all of our homes into sanctuary. Whether that's your physical house, that's this house, that's this house, but it all has to be sanctuary because there's so much that's about to happen. Well, everyone wants to work from home, right? Like this whole culture is moving toward work from home, but none of us remember how to do domestic shit. How's that going to work out?
So interesting that you say that, because I have been like cooking more and like just like cleaning more, because I do work from home. So I am taking care of my home, but I also am doing work. Mm-hmm. And when you work from home, you really want to take care of your home because it's also your workspace.
There's no such thing as a separation, y'all. Home is the only thing you're working for. The only reason you go out there
is so you can be here.
So the point is, if you are not together in the space where you're cultivating the origins of everything, how can you even turn on the TV?
At home watching TV all the time, and you have your crystals and you have your sage and you have the tools all there, and you are still just sitting your ass in front of the TV, not using your tools. Get your ass up and go meditate. Get your tools, bro. You know your inner child needs discipline and authority. So sometimes you gotta be your own authority.
Responsibility, your ability to respond. Who do you answer to? What are you answering to? The boob tube? Like, I'm so guilty. I'm so guilty of that.
I'm gonna activate your guys' inner waters so that it's gonna be a little bit easier for you to flow with responsibility and health and wealth and knowledge of self rather than the other things in this world. So I want you guys to just ground yourselves with a gold light down the spine and into the earth. I want you to pull the earth's energy back up through the gold cord and into your intestines. We're calling in the waters of the north. With your wisdom of service and a higher mission. Please flow through all watching this video and activate their energies in their DNA around that. We're calling in the energy of the West. The West with the vision and the future. And we're calling in the waters of the East with the traditions and the ancient codes of knowledge that connect us to the earth and to the universe and to our lineage. Whew. And we're calling in the waters of the south with that playful energy, that desire, and allow your inner compass to be activated with these inner waters. And we're going to spin this compass of these directions clockwise, opening up all your chakras. Whew. And we're going to call in the womb waters of the eternal source of Mother Earth. And we're going to ask for her to rain down on our open centers the holy water, the cleansing water. Allow yourself to have this inner baptism. Ho se she kere perike te. Ho kere kere tai se she ke te kere perike te se she. Feel your inner waters begin to flow with the rhythm of the divine eternal source. And feel your ocean cleanse and purify. Come back into this realm by wiggling your toes and feeling your feet. Take a moment to recognize how you feel. And these inner waters are now attuned to the source waters of the universe. So during the retrograde, you can call in on your source waters for inner baptism at any time to realign you with the higher choices that you do choose, that you do want to make, that you do want to choose.
So thank you for doing that activation, Liv. And the first card to fall was Guide. Was the guide. We're being given an opportunity to, and a reminder to do that. So often, our earth rearing offered to us, our earth parents offered us protection, and they taught us about the three-dimensional world to the best of their ability with their understanding of how you could get by. And sometimes that caused trickster limitations, right? In the traditional tarot, this would be the devil. The idea is that the trickster comes when you're out of alignment. The trickster actually is like one of the most divine helpers, right? It's like the Anansi energy. It's like, no, I'm letting you know you're not keeping up. I've seen in this year so many opportunities for completely reasonable, wide scale reasons to be distracted. Right? And if you look in this image here, it's so funny because it's right there, right? These people come out and obviously they met this traveler and they probably had every reason, to believe that this traveler meant well. And that's fine. And they were tricked, or perhaps they felt tricked and maybe this traveler wasn't doing anything that wrong, right? We never know. But the point is there's some kind of misalignment of truth here. There's some lack of awareness of truth. So you have a choice. These are like the two sides. You can follow the guide, that deeper inner guidance that is like, maybe you've been pulled towards something or really called towards something. You feel that divine magnetism towards something. Or maybe, I'll be real, I've been that person where at times I didn't feel that magnetism. If you don't feel it, that means you got to stop just going. Because everything has that magnetism. So if you're not feeling that, allowing yourself to follow the guidance. Feeling no magnetism means you're feeling magnetism to the earth, which means just stay where you are. It's as simple as that. Don't allow the world, per se, the trickster, to tell you you have to be doing this or you have to be doing that. So on either side, I pulled two cards. I love that the next to fall was the Two of Pipes and the Two of Arrows. So this is, again, remembering that we cultivate our spiritual understanding, right?
Do you see the water in that card?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's the combination of the water and air. Look, like she's sitting in her waters, in among the water.
She has a sword in her mouth. Oh.
Right? And so then we, in thinking about the pipes and understanding it's the representation of divine wisdom and also being able to take in spirit, right? There was a time, and that time is still actually now, that many people believed that as you were inhaling smoke, you were inhaling more of spirit. And the truth of the matter is, like, the one name of God we all can say is, right? And so to remember that that relationship, that co-creative relationship with our creator, right? That nuance to that relationship in the Two of Pipes, right? Two being this representation of partnership, and pipes being that breath that we speak. What are we going to manifest with our breath, with our words? Why the Two of Arrows? Alignment. Aligning your Two of Pipes with your Two of Arrows, making sure that you are pointing in the direction of your true desires, not wants, right?
Do you see that like person in that card overlooking her?
Mm-hmm.
And then her animal spirits right there. Like, you're guided. When you're aligned, you're guided.
You see that? And here's the thing, if you feel like you're being tricked, the answer is you always are. Now, I will say probably about 70% of the time, you're the one tricking yourself, and you did it to yourself somewhere along the way because we created this experience for ourselves. But knowing that you will be divinely guided, we will be guided through this time. And then I love this, the two final cards, Rebirth.
Yes, let's get it.
And Dancer.
Let's get it.
Yes. So we, as you all know, we together have been working on this amazing Mercury Retrograde medicine course. It has evolved over time. Lightworker Liv got me in because I was having serious wins, and she was manifesting, I was manifesting, and we teamed up, and we have just been having an excellent time with the Retrograde Warriors. We have the Mercury Retrograde Miracle Course, and we are focused on getting your thoughts and your feelings in alignment. We are clearing the womb. We had a wildly successful experience, right? I mean, we had journal prompts, daily meditations, okay? People were doing sunrise meditations. We had embodiment exercises. We had all kinds of activations from Lightworker Live. There was coaching that went down. I mean, it was really an amazing experience. That, desire to manifest to the next one, but more than the physical things that we have manifested during these experiences, speaking for myself, just in being able to master Mercury retrograde, I've been able to find a way to get excited about something that most of even the spiritual and like woo community doesn't like.
And all I want to say is that all of a sudden, Mercury retrograde medicine or manifesting miracles with Mercury retrograde is trending.
I know.
Ever since I started this course, I have seen other healers come out with a course of their own or come out with some type of support for Mercury retrograde. So it's like, it's in to manifest miracles with the Mercury retrograde.
I love watching the development of this course because it did begin as, we want to support you through this scary time. But it developed into, wait a minute, this is like a surfboard for us to ride our way into exactly what we want. And we've been viewing it as the scary storm when actually it's the perfect weather for us to be able to create.
It's the perfect storm.
Exactly. And so we have been able to, continue to be the responsible rebels that we are and the retrograde warriors that we are, and to use Mercury retrograde as an acceleration point really, as a slowdown to give us more torque to really just blast off in the direction that we want to. So
For sure.
we're expecting you to join us. Mercury retrograde officially starts the evening of February 16th, but we'll be starting formally, I believe, the 17th, February 17th, and going through until March 10th. I mean, whew, full month. But like, lucky you, 2 coaches, right? 2 coaches, not including all of the guys you call in and the new ones that you begin to hear because you're choosing to listen deeper. But you get that for a full month, 4 weeks, and lucky you, the retrograde is in February, and February gave you an extra day, so you're not even getting gypped out of your retrograde time. But we're going to get a chance to all work as a collective. It's not just about manifesting miracles anymore. No, we're using the medicine, and natives in many different cultures refer to anything that's supportive as medicine. Period.
And all the information on how to join the course is going to be in the comments of this video below. You can message me for more details. And we're going to also have a free challenge, so be sure to join our free group on Facebook, Retrograde Warrior Tribe, and that will be in the comments below as well. And thanks for tuning into this energy report. I just want to say I love you guys. What a beautiful thing to be a mother and to be able to live my soul mission and serve my people and breastfeed my son at the same time.
Cheers.
Like, this is the life you can have. Like, I'm literally living proof of it. Hey, guys. What's up? Here I am. And Tempest is, too. Look at her. Drinking her water.
Close. I'm excited to see you all in the Retrograde Warrior Tribe and to continue to be connected. If you don't follow us on the other social media, look for Wise Eyes Aligned and Lightworker Live on all platforms. Like to keep it simple, but find us, connect with us, and we will see you next time. Peace.
Bye.